Something has shifted for me recently. I'm spending more time reviewing my team's work than doing my own work or attending important meetings now. And what I keep finding over and over again is that most of these work is landing in front of me has been put through AI. Not well, in a way that skips the most valuable part of the job. And today I want to talk about specifically on how the way we're using AI is quietly making us worse at our job. I'm going to give you 3 common mistakes that I'm seeing and how to improve it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Teresa and I'm a leadership and a career coach based in Melbourne, Australia. And on this channel, we explore practical strategies and tools to help you lead with clarity, influence with confidence, and grow in your professional career. And if that sounds helpful to you, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. Now, the problem isn't that AI gives bad answers. The problem is that it gives answers before you even done the thinking. And people can tell when your work is using AI, we can tell, and it's not a good look. Your value is not your ability to produce words faster. Your value is in your judgment, your context, your ability to understand who is receiving your work and how they'll need to receive it. That's about reducing cognitive load on the receiver. That's knowing your audience and then being able to make a decision off the back of it. AI can't do that for you, but if you keep letting it try, you'll actually forget how to do your actual job. Now, the very first mistake is letting AI do your critical thinking. Let me give you a real example here. Recently, I've been reviewing packs in my inbox. 5 pages long, beautiful, clearly generated by AI. And look, gathering it and generating it into Claude is not the problem here. It looks amazing, but as I read through every single page, something felt off. What was each slide actually trying to tell me? What was the recommendation here? What are we even communicating? And then when I sat down to review it with them, they started to make corrections. Oh, sorry, it's not 8 use cases, I meant it's 6. Right there, in front of me, information was wrong. And then they haven't checked. And as a leader, my honest reaction was, you wasted my time. Because you haven't reviewed what came out before it landed in my inbox. That's the problem with bypass critical thinking. The AI produces something that looks thorough, but nobody verified it, nobody owned it, nobody actually thought it through. So here's what I recommend doing before you even open any AI tool to build you a pack or even a brief. Grab a post-it note or a Word document, write it out first. What is the problem we're actually trying to solve here? What data are you seeing that points to that problem? What do you believe is happening? And what's the finding? And what do you think we should do about that? Now get that structure out of your head first and put it into Claude, ChatGPT, or Copilot, whatever tool your organization uses. And then when the output comes out back, read it like you're about to present it to a senior stakeholder, because you're probably going to be one day. Think to yourself, is this something that you would actually say? Would you stand behind these statements? If the answer is no, then it's not ready. Go back, refine it until you would stand behind it. The second mistake is something I've been watching happening in real time. And it's quite sneaky because it looks kind of productive. So someone starts a meeting, they record it, they turn on the transcript, and then they just sit back. Because the AI would capture it all and they would just review it later. But here's the thing, later never comes. I would say 1 in 10 times does somebody actually go back and watch the recording or read the full transcript. We just don't have time. And what I've noticed is that people are getting lazy in the meeting because of it. They're not listening to what actually matters. They're not tracking the decisions. They're not noting the actions because they've outsourced that whole entire job to the transcript. Now, I was pulled into a meeting recently to review actions from a meeting that I never attended. Somebody sent me a summary, a full AI-generated email, long, detailed. I read through the first sentence and asked, what does this actually mean? And everybody in the room was silent. Nobody could articulate clearly what was decided or who owned it. That's a problem, a very, very big one. Because meetings exist for one reason: to make decisions and have clarity. If you walk out of a meeting and you can't tell me what was decided, what the actions are, and who owns them in the meeting, then that whole meeting just failed. That transcript didn't save you. So here's what I'll push you to do instead. Stay present in the meeting. You can record it, it's fine, keep it as backup. But while you're in it, you should be tracking what are the critical decisions being made here? What are the actions? Who owns them? And you don't need AI for this. You don't even need a 5-page summary. You just need 5 bullet points, what was decided, what needs to happen next, and who's doing it. That's it. And yes, there are AI tools that can help you get there. Tools that are specifically built to surface key decisions and actions from a meeting. But if your organization limits which AI tool you can use, then my advice is simple. Get absolutely clear on 2 things. The critical decisions, know what they are, and then the next steps for actions, what are they and who do they belong to? Clear communication after a meeting doesn't come from a transcript. It comes from someone who was actually paying attention. The third mistake is one that I think most people don't even notice it's happening because it looks like there's effort, it looks like it's thorough. Your emails are getting longer, your memos are getting longer, and the more AI gets involved, the worse it gets. So here's a pattern. Someone needs to communicate something. They put into the AI expands it, adds structure, adds context, adds phrases like, in today's rapidly evolving landscape, and as we navigate the complexity of XYZ, and then suddenly a 3-sentence update becomes a 12-page document that takes me 20 minutes to read and says absolutely nothing at all.
What's happening? Why?
And I can tell within the first 2 sentences, every time. And I know I'm not alone in this because I speak to other leaders and they are struggling with the same thing. The cognitive load of reading through AI-generated fluff to find the actual point is exhausting, and it's getting worse. So here's what's underneath it. When AI writes your communication, nobody made a clear decision about what they were actually trying to say. There was no moment where you asked yourself, what is this one thing I want this person to understand? What do I want them to do after reading this? That's a discipline that AI skips, and that's a discipline that can make communication effective. Now, good communication is not about length. It's not about sounding thorough. It's about reducing cognitive load on the receiver. The shorter and clearer it is, the smarter it reads. And before you even open AI to write a communication, do this first. Write down your opinions, your logic, your phrasing, your argument, and then ask yourself, how does this person like to receive the information? What format works for them? What level of detail? What's the tone? Wrap them all up together first, and then put it into the AI. Because when the AI has real substantial content and context to work with, your thinking, your voice, your context, that's when it actually becomes useful. If you start with nothing, you get fluff back every time. So let's bring it all together. Before you build a pack, write your thinking down first, the problem, what you're seeing, what you believe, what you're recommending, and then use AI to shape it. And then when it comes back, review it. If you wouldn't stand behind it, well, it's not ready. Before you rely on transcript, stay present in the meeting. Track the decisions, know the actions, and who owns them. 5 click bullet points after a meeting beats 5 pages of AI summary every single time. Before you ask AI to write your communication, write down your opinions, your logic, your arguments. Think about how this person liked to receive information. Give your AI something real to work with. Otherwise, you get fluff, and fluff costs everyone time. AI is not the problem. Using it to avoid thinking is the problem. The question I want to leave with you, are you using AI to organize your thinking or to replace it? If you find this video helpful, please like the video and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video.